Hi, my name is Andrew. Welcome to my watch journey. Today we're going to be building a Blancpain 50 Fathoms Homage. Um, Previously, as you can see, I've had it gold plated, 24 karat gold, no less. Previously, I can show you it used to look like this. So I think I showed you this in a previous clip or a previous job. So yeah, there it is when it was all stainless steel. So I've sent it away, had it covered in 2 microns of gold, and there you go. Now we do have the back case, which you can see is still stainless steel. I have ordered a gold one and see if it fits. If not, to be honest, I'll still use the stainless steel because I'll never see it. I'll never see the back of it anyway. This is the dial, which does fit nicely under my NH35 movement. I've also got a spacer here, and I have done a test fit. It does actually fit nicely into the case. Otherwise it would be a very short video. I've got the hands. Hopefully these aren't too long. They shouldn't be. The last ones I had were, and I had to clip them down for that last watch I was wearing. And the stem. Always don't forget that either. So this is the look I'm going for. All £37,500 worth of it. Wish me luck. Where to start? I suppose what we need to do is put the hands on here, pop it into there. Oh, now I need to stick this on with, hopefully, one of these. Now, this particular one, I've got a feeling is not the right size because it needs to be in the outer ring. So what I'm going to do, or try to do anyway, is take this off, put it onto the outer circumference of that. Now if it doesn't go the whole way around, that's fine. I'll have a little gap. It'll still be stuck on there. It'll be fine. I'm not going to use the bezel very much anyway, because to be honest, once it got gold plated, I did try and get the bezel off. It just wouldn't budge. I really hammered at it. It just didn't come off. So I'm going to put that on, and to be honest, I'll never move it again. It does actually move, but there you go. It does. But yeah, it's been gold plated, so I really probably shouldn't even be doing that. Put the crystal back in. I'm not entirely happy with how it's sitting, but I put it in and out so many times. I've got to the point where I was scared I was going to crack the crystal, and I think the reason it hasn't not going in quite as well as I wanted is because it has been gold plated, and it's going to be slightly bigger. Oh, sorry, the hole's going to be slightly smaller than it was originally. So that's probably why I'm having problems getting it in there. But there we go. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So let's first of all pop that. No, first of all, actually, you know what I want to do? I want to take it off its little holder, and we need to put a actually, yes, we could, you know, just put the now gold plated sounds so posh. He has done a lovely job, and if I can find it, I'll put the link in the description. I mean, it is a UK only. I would have thought he might do worldwide, I don't know. So we just need to, I need this, don't I? Come on. Get that on there nice and tight. Pop it into here. Okay, and let's open this up. And for this I've actually got some new Rodico, very sticky. I see imagine you're impressed by that. Okay, so we need to, which one do we need to use? I think we use this one to put the hours on. But before we put anything on, we need to wind it for the date to change. So now, is it this way or is it this way? I think it's actually this way, you know. I never do get the right way on this one. You've got to go both ways for me. We're just waiting for that date to start to change, so we know that we're near the 12 o'clock time. And I might have gone the wrong way. So we're going to go this way. Very, very gently, tiny little increments until it finally clicks. Nearly there. There we go. Lovely. So we want to put the hours on first. Now these little indices around the centre are raised, so I've got to be careful I don't push this down too far. Okay. But pretty sure they're not going to reach that far anyway. There we go. Yeah, it's not touching, so it's, and it appears to be raised high enough. Might just put a little bit of pressure out towards the back, just to raise it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. So back to the 12 o'clock position, and we want the minutes. Make sure I'm putting it on the right way. That is the correct way. Now I need to change for a narrower one. Probably that one, I think. Do you think? It's quite small. So I need maybe this one. Yeah. Gonna go with this one. That was just kicking up a little bit too much there. That's possibly better. It is quite high off the, for whatever reason, it seems to be quite raised up. And let's just make sure the date actually changes. And this, you can see the minute arm isn't, the minute hand, sorry, isn't too long, because it isn't actually catching on my fingers like the last build I did, which was unfortunate. I'm about to change. Oh yeah, that'll do. Right, so I'm going to put the seconds on. Okay. So for this one I'm going to need my spectacles. So that's the seconds on. I don't think it's on quite the way it should be, but it is ticking, so I tend not to argue these things. Anyway, so what do we do now? Yeah, it seems to be on okay as far as I can tell. But as I may have mentioned before, my eyesight is just awful. But yeah, if it ticks around, I'm happy with it. So let's carry on. So what do we need to do next? Right. Well, I suppose we need to take the stem out and get it sat in the case. So I'll give it a bit of a wind. So it's got some power. Okay. And let's get the stem out. Okay, just make sure we press it in the right place. There we go. It's easy when you know how. Get the cushion back. Pop the case over. Oh yes, first of all I'll need to put the actual holder in the case holder, just because it's a big case and a relatively small movement, so I need to make the movement a little bit bigger by using this plastic ring. There we go. Getting a good look at it now. Oh, it's going to look lovely. Look at that. And you can see my big ugly mush staring back at it. There I am. Hello. Yes, I do look worse, obviously, when it's out from this section. That's not a good look, is it? No, I should really edit that out. However, I obviously haven't. So, yeah, once we get this on, oh, it is going to look nice. Right, so what do we need to do? We need to turn it back over, and let's get the stem in and start sizing the stem to the right size. So, we pop it in, see how much we've got to play with. Is that in? Yep, that's in, so it clicks out, clicks back in again. Move the rotor out the way. So, we're looking at what, about, oh, I don't know. Oh yes, of course, I'm just, yeah, I'm going to be using the stainless steel ring, or stainless steel case back. Just for the time being, I have ordered a gold one. It is on its way. I've also ordered a gold rotor, so that kind of adds to the look. But to be honest, I mean, yeah, that's a bit like polishing poo, to be honest, when it comes to that. It's that, you know, the NH35 is a nice enough movement, does its job, but it's not a beauty pageant, is it? Still, we'll try and dress it up the best we can. So let's take the stem back out. Don't press too hard in case you do some internal damage to the movement. Yep, place that over the top just in case anything I do snap off the end of the stem flies into the movement, because if it can happen, it usually will happen. Okay. Get the clippers. There they are. And we'll clip away. About that much. There we go. And this is just, clip off less than you think and then go back. So I've found my mother's old nail file, and let's very gently take any burrs that have appeared on the end of it after snipping it off. So yep, we do not want to snap the stem at this stage, or at any stage really. So let's get this nicely done. Okay. Yep, just making sure it's all off. Use the old Rodico. Get rid of any filings that are left on the end there. Not the new stuff, obviously. The new Rodico couldn't use that for that, could we? Absolutely not. Right, pop this back on without ruining the thread. So that would be upsetting since the crown has been gold plated in 24 karat gold. I may have mentioned that. Right, so let's pop it back in, see how close we are. Take the back off and just make sure it goes in. It is a screw down crown. Okay, so it's getting close. Again, I shouldn't really be winding it with these plastic things on my fingers because it never turns out well. Yeah, I think this is a bit too, it's too tight, too tight. Right, needs a little bit more cut off. Otherwise we'll be doing some damage to the movement, and we do not want to do that. Yes. Okay, so about that much to come off. And then that should get us to, to that point. Okay, so let's take it out again and do some more snipping. Cover it over because we're about to clip a little bit more off into the stem holder. Try and make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. Right, that's on. Yep. That's off now. Okay. Right now, let's snip a little bit off. Tiny little bit. And be really careful now because we are getting to the point where you can go too far. Right, that's off. And again, back to the nail file. Give it a nice, long, gentle rub, making sure any burrs that are on there are going to come off. Okay. Yep, just twirl it as well, as we normally do. As long as you do it nice and gently, you really can't do too much of this. You do want to make sure all the nasty bits of metal shards are off. Stick it into the Rodico. Yes, stabby, stabby, stabby. And back onto the crown. Right in, it's relatively tight. I haven't glued it yet. I'll probably do that after I've done the video. I will glue it back on. Okay. We in? Not quite. Yep, I think we're in. That's taking better. That's not putting too much pressure on the movement. I mean, using these plastic rings to hold the movement in, it's not perfect. I would rather have a brass one, but they are what they are. They do the job. Yep. Oh, look, what's happened there? The second hand, which I wasn't happy with, has fallen off. Right. Well, I think we know what we need to do now. That comes out. Well, these little things always happen. If it was perfect, it wouldn't be me building the watch. So for whatever reason, I wasn't put it on hard. I think when I've tried to wind it in before, that somehow caused the mechanism to have a bit of a, yeah, I guess a few bits of rubbish off there. And let's get the second hand back on. Come on. This is new radical. It should be as sticky as. So we go up towards the middle. Up towards the middle, yeah. So we get as close as we can before we present it up to the watch, just so it's easier to put on. That's usually what I get it to. Okay. Get my glasses on. And let's get this onto the watch. Make sure I've got the right end. I think I have. Yes, I'm having an eye moment here. Yes, and yes, it is definitely, yeah, okay. Definitely the right one. And it's on. I would show you, my glasses off. I would show you me putting it on, but my head gets in the way. I really have to get close to the watch, and I don't have the ability to film that. Yes, so I'm just making sure it is actually on this time. It was actually sticking. Yeah, it was actually colliding with the minute hand, but it's, I think I've sorted that out now. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So let's tip it over again and get it out and see if we can put it back into the case. Yeah, just pressing it back in so you can, the little bit of movement comes out that you need to press. And there we go. It should be out now. Lovely. Is it still? Yeah, the second hand is still ticking around. It's definitely in properly this time. They are the bane of my life. Well, not my life, that's a little bit of a over the top, I think. But yes, they can be, I'd say, one of my weaker points, of which there are many. Okay, so let's get rid of the dust. That lovely gold case, I do like it. It was a lot of money, but I do like it. Oh, there's my bald head. Just had a haircut today. That's even more bald than usual. Again, let's get anything that's hanging around the back. Now I'm not going to grease the gasket because I am going to change the back. So just if anyone who wants to mention that, that's why I didn't do that. But when I get the new one, oh, there's the zooming in on my head again. Oh, I'm having some problem getting this to actually take into the mechanism. There we go. Yeah, it's in. Good. Now that's in a lot easier. Yeah, it is a lot easier than it. Yeah, it's definitely got to the right length now. And this time the second hand hasn't fallen off. So let's pop the back on. And we're getting to the end of a build. Okay, it's on finger tight. I think we'll just need to put it on with the ball just to tighten it down a little bit more. There we go. Well, definitely getting there. So, yes, now we need to get the bezel on. It's going to look absolutely fantastic when it is on. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to use those sticky things to get the bezel on, and as I said before, I'm not a fan of them, and the ones I've got are not big enough. I do have two. I am going to mess the first one up. I can guarantee it. Yes, look, first of all, it fell, and it hit. So now I'm going to think, well, what do I do? It's already on there. It's already sticking on. So I get a knife to try and like cut part of it off to put it on the others, on the rest of the bezel. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I'm busy looking for scissors inside of my little Gerber, but there aren't any, so I'm going to have to use the knife. I mean, there are scissors in the kitchen, which I could have gone and got, but that would take effort, wouldn't it? Anyway, like I said before, these are too small for this particular bezel. And then when I try, so I'm thinking if I can cut it off and then maybe just leave a gap, but no, it all just goes horribly wrong. Yeah, there you go, it's all come off and it shouldn't have. Yes, no, I'm not, no, this is, Andrew, this is not going well. No, this is when I try to like stick it down with my fingers in the right way. Honestly, it's like watching a car crash. Yeah, that's just not gone well. So now I'm trying to cut it again. It won't cut. It just stretches and then comes off. I think we all know where this is heading, but I'm still trying to make the best of a really bad job. And no, I've decided I'm not going to make the best of that bad job. That was a failure. So just get any remnants that are hanging around, get them off. A little bit there, just get that off. Right, try again. So I think the best way to do it is actually cut it into sections before you put it on, and put it on in sections. So yes, I'm just leaning across trying to trying to find the spare one, which I've found. Come on, like you get. Right then. Yeah, so we're going to cut little sections. As like I said, it's not quite big enough, so we'll just put it in sections and leave little gaps in between the sections, and that should be enough to, well, it will be enough to stick it on properly. And like I said, I'm not going to be moving it around an awful lot at all, to be honest. Right then. Yeah, so I just need to make sure they actually are cut. There we go. So I'll just give them one more cut probably each. So they are actually in bits. So I'm just cutting where I've already cut the first time. So I bet you've never seen them put on like this before. Yeah, well. Okay, so take the little edge off. Easier said than done. There we go, first one. So put it on the outer edge. That's where it's supposed to go. So you don't get it involved with the mechanism at all. Like, not that I'll be using the mechanism, but just in case. The next one, like I say, leave a little gap. And again, around the outer edge. Oh, it's a bit sticky. Oh, but I think I got away with it. Okay, next one. Should come off fairly easily. And again on the outer edge, just leaving a gap between this one and the last one. So far so good. My little plan seems to be working. And that one onto there. Yep. And there's that one more left. Yep. And that should just go into there. Nope, not quite. There you go. Right, so we now have a sort of circle. Let's get these things off. Oops. Not my favourite, and whenever I can get a chance to get them off, I do get them off. I do not enjoy wearing these things. Okay. And let's peel the paper off as best we can. Just leave you peel like the top layer off and it leaves another. There's double-sided sticky tape basically. But you know what it's like when you try and find the edge of a sort of sellotape. And then when you do find it, you have to click it with your fingers. Well, this is probably worse than that. There we go. I've got one. And the next one. Come on. Nearly. Oh, not quite. Oh, I got a bit there. Up we get no. There we go. Ooh, another one. It is quite satisfying when you do get them and get it off. Now, of course, my fingers are starting to stick on the what I've already exposed, which makes it a bit more difficult to actually hold the job. Oh, yep, it does, doesn't it? So if I put my... No. Does that one come off? It has. Yes, put my fingers in the middle There you go. That's the way to do it. So we're not touching any sticky parts, and we are trying to keep it fairly steady. Come on. Only one more after this. We can do it. Yeah, nearly. Oh, yes, there we go. Right, now let's see if we can put it on properly, aligning it up the diamond at the top. There you go. And look at that. My face. I don't actually have a chin that big. I do promise, but that glass does not do me any favors. Okay. So, time for a strap. Look at that, it does look fantastic. I'm so happy with the way it's turned out. And I'm so happy that I didn't do the gold plating. I was thinking about trying to do it myself. I don't have the equipment. I was going to buy the equipment, and how hard could it be, kind of thing. I'm pretty sure it would have been very hard, and yeah. Like I say, it wasn't cheap to get it gold plated, but this is the keeper. I've always wanted to build one. I've been wanting to build one of these. Well, I did build one that I thought was okay last year, but it was nowhere near as good as this one. Okay, so we need to put some spring bars into the straps, like a leather strap with a rubber underneath. And again, all the stuff that I've used, I'll put in a link in the description. Now you'll notice when you push this through, all the rubber comes out the other end, which is a bit strange, but there you go. So when they drill it, I don't know how they drill it, or whatever they do, they leave quite a lot of it still inside. So just be aware of that if you ever get straps like this from Aliexpress. Don't put them anywhere near your open watch. Luckily, mine's closed, so nothing bad happened there. So now let's get the strap on. Speed this up a little bit because I do fanny on with it for quite a while. Because I'm terrified I'm going to scratch the gold plating. But yes, so just sped that up a little bit. Are we there? Nearly? Yes, it does take me a while. The holes are definitely there. Oh, there's a nice view of my head again. Right, that's one in. And then the next bit. There we go. And there you have it. What can I say? Lovely looking watch. Really happy with it. Like I say, I will take the crown back out again and put it in Loctite properly. And when I get if I get the gold back, or the gold case back, it's a see-through case back, and also the rotor, I will put them on as well, just to sort of finish it off from that point of view, I suppose. But the only reason I didn't get it gold plated, well, a couple of reasons. I couldn't be sure I get the glass back in on the case back, and if it is gold plated, it's going to rub on your wrist, and then that's going to wear off, and that would look a little bit poor. So let's just set the time. I'm just going to set the date as well. So I'm just going around to make sure yeah, there's the date and then the time. There we go. to make sure it's always a bit difficult at first when you've got a new movement to sort of make it, seems to bed in a little bit, but yeah. Let's get it on the wrist. It's what I've been waiting for. And the strap was quite, well, not expensive at all. I don't think it's less than a tenner. It's a nice strap. And like I say, all the links will be in the description. But there you go. What do you think? Very nice. And I'm more than happy with it. So yeah, I've got a couple more builds coming up. One's for a friend of mine who wants me to build a watch for him. And I think my next one might be a Tudor Pelagos Homage. But yeah, this is lovely. I shall be wearing this one on one wrist and probably something else on the other, as you do. Well, thanks for watching. This one's not quite as long as normal as other ones have been. I am trying to shorten them down. I know it's a long time to sit and watch me do this. And hopefully I've learned something, which I have. And I hope you've enjoyed the watch. And also the watch. No, I'll stop that. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, no, thanks for watching. It is appreciated. I do enjoy doing these. And hopefully you enjoy watching them. And there you go. My little Blancpain 50 Fathoms.